Hello, and welcome to today's practice. My name is Irene, and today our practice is about expanding the breath, and this is a part one of what will most likely be a part series on expanding the breath. So for the next few weeks, the next few practices on this channel, we'll continue to expand the breath with different practices. And take the next few minutes and just get yourself. Gather your props around you. I like to have a chair, a blanket, a strap of some kind, a belt or tie would do well for that, and some blocks or something of a somewhat hard surface to help lift the earth up. I've got my favorite cushion beneath me. So take the next few minutes and arrange your own seat, whether it be in a chair. If you do choose to sit in a chair, then sit forward so you can lift the spine nice and tall, having the feet flat on the floor. And if we come to sit on the floor, using enough support beneath the hips, the knees, the legs, to allow us to sit tall with as much comfort as possible. Gather yourself for practice today. The things you want to support you throughout practice. And the focus inward. That is the practice. And the breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. I'm going to read from Sakyong Mipam's Turning the Mind into an Ally. And here's some things he says about the breath. The breath represents being alive in the intimacy of the moment. Through resting the mind on the breath, we stay present, awake, and mindful. Using the breath as our object of meditation is very good because the air moving in and out allows us to have some kind of steadiness in the contrast with our discursiveness. It allows us to relax. Through the breath, we relax our whole being. Tensions begin to dissolve. The breathing soothes the mind and allows it to rest. As our thoughts slow down and we settle into ourselves, the division between mind and body lessens. We start to feel our heart beating. We sense the flow of our blood. We can almost feel our bones. We become a whole being with a synchronized body and mind. We become a whole being with a synchronized body and mind. The breath is that bridge for that synchronization. And the really good news is, the reassuring news is that the breath is always with us. No matter where we go, no matter who we're with, our breath is there. And that means we always have the ability to tap into its unending resource. When we experience stress, we have a tendency to shorten our breath, to maybe even stop the breath, hold it more, and not allow it to flow. And that creates a disconnection between our body and our mind. And it weakens that connection, if not disconnecting it totally. And so the joy and the peace that are offered within a yoga practice is not found in that disconnection. It resides in the synchronization of your whole being. The breath can take you there. In any moment, wherever you are, the breath can take you into that moment of synchronization, the place where your body and your mind come together. And so today, through our physical movement, we'll explore ways to open up the physical body, bring some movement into the physical body, bring some elasticity into the physical body so that the breath has the space to move and flow. So resetting yourself in your seat, coming to rest the hands down on the legs. If it feels good for you to close the eyes down, then go ahead and do that. If it feels good to have the eyes open, then gaze down the tip of the nose, looking through the eyelashes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill your lungs up as much as you can. Open the mouth and let it go. And let that exhale really sink you down into your physical body. Become aware of your physical body. Feel your body sitting on the earth. Become aware of your whole body. Whole body. Shifting your attention now over to the breath. Do nothing to change the breath or direct it in any way. Simply notice that you're breathing. Feel the breath rhythmically moving through the body from the inside out. In this breath space, become aware of any emotions that may be present for you. Allow your mind to identify, to name the emotions without traveling into the story surrounding it. A simple naming of the emotions to acknowledge they're present, nothing more. Now, through your physical body, through the breath and emotions, feel the you that is energy. Become aware that you have a frequency. You have a vibration about you. Feel yourself as energy. Now drawing your attention back into your body, becoming aware of the collective intention for this practice today. The intention of connecting to our breath as a bridge, as a means to synchronize our mind and body so that we can live embodied. We can live in a relaxed state. We can live in the present moment. Now holding in your heart center and mind's eye the sages and yogis of India who so carefully carried these teachings over thousands of years and then gifted them to the world so that we all can practice right here, right now. May this sacred South Asian practice guide us back to our own roots, our ancestors. May this practice help us to find our place of belonging in this world. And bringing our palms together at heart center, Anjali Mudra, allowing the palm and all the fingers to gently connect with each other. This is the mudra, the hand position that helps to energetically, physically bring us back into our own center. The place where we can always find the breath, find the present moment, and the joy that's residing there, just waiting for us. Take a deep breath in, fill the belly, the rib cage, the chest. Open the mouth, let it all go. Another big inhale in. Fill yourself up as much as possible. At the top of the inhale, hold the breath for a moment. Open mouth, exhale. One more round, deepening our cleansing breath. Big inhale, fill yourself up. Hold the breath in. Sip in a little more breath. Open the mouth to empty. Releasing the chin down to the chest. Releasing the hands back down to the legs. Gently blink the eyes open, lifting the gaze. Take a moment and notice if you're sitting with your legs, your ankles or shins crossed, reverse the crossing. If you're sitting in a chair, you can remain there for now. You may also shift into a hero's pose, sitting on the shins where the feet are off to the side. Take those hands and interlace the fingers center. Flip the palms out with a big inhale. Reach the arms forward. Lift the palms up. You can always bend the elbows if the shoulders, tops of the shoulders need a little more space in this moment. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. One more big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to extend through the arms, curl the spine, tuck the pelvis, cat pose, chin to chest, but keep lengthening through the arms. As we inhale, lift from the belly first, trickle up to the arms. Exhale, curling into the back body, chin to chest, lengthen through the arms. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, curling. Breathing deeply here, beginning to match the movement that you make to the rhythm of the breath. Good. Let's take one more full round. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, curl and lengthen. And one more inhale, we'll lift ourselves back up again. As we exhale, release that left arm down to the side, down to the earth, and exhale, reach over. If you're in a chair, simply grab the lower legs of the chair. Rooting down through this right hip, actively press that hip down to the earth as we actively lift the rib cage, lift the armpit up out of the waist area. Take a big inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to cactus the arm. Draw the elbow down to the side body and twist the torso a little more to the right. And as we inhale, reach up and over, side body stretch. As we exhale, cactus the arm, little tiny twist in the rib cage. Inhale, extending overhead. Exhale, reaching down. Good. Inhale, overhead. Good. Exhale here, grounding down through that right hip. Take a big inhale now, and with the arm straight, reach back. As we exhale, fold, twist, and reach over the left leg. Inhale, we open back up again. Lifting heart and gaze to the sky. Exhale, gentle twist. Reaching over left leg. Good. One more. In. Up. Exhale, reaching, twisting as we fold. Hold here. Root that right hip back to the earth. Take a big breath in and lift the torso a little bit with this inhale. Get some space for the lungs. And as we exhale, fold a little deeper. One more. Inhale. Up just a tiny bit for space. And then as we exhale, walk the hands through center, folding, releasing the head. And you can press the hands into the floor like we're pushing the floor away from us to help ground the hips. Allow the back of the neck to soften. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill the lungs up. Open the mouth and empty. Pull the navel center into the spine and slowly walk those hands back up. Reverse the lacing of the fingers, so the awkward feeling way. Inhale, flip the palms forward, reaching up. Lift heart, lift gaze. Exhale, that right arm will come down, find the earth as we reach over for our side body stretch. Anchor down through this left hip as we expand the rib cage, expand the left armpit over. Take another big inhale here, lift the chest up towards the sky. It's really easy to collapse down. And as we exhale, we're going to cactus that left arm back, adding a little extra twist in the rib cage. As we inhale, extend that arm back, overhead, side body stretch. Exhale, cactus the arm, little twist. Lift the heart, lift the gaze to the sky. Inhale, extend that arm overhead. Good. Last one. Exhale, cactusing the arm. Inhale, reach back overhead. Stay here for the exhale and reground through that left hip. With our next inhale, keep the arm straight, reach back. As we exhale, twist, fold, and reach over the right leg. Soften the neck. Inhale, spiral back up and open. As we exhale, spiral the rib cage down and fold. And inhale, opening. Exhale, twist and fold. Good. One more. Opening the front of the body. As we exhale, opening the side and back body. With our next inhale, let the torso float up just a little bit to get more length, more space. As we exhale, fold, relaxing through the back of the head. Inhale again, let the torso float up a bit for length. This exhale, walk those hands back through center. Releasing into this seated forward fold. Soften the back of the neck and use some effort in the arms to ground down through the hips. One more big breath in, fill yourself up. Open the mouth, let it go. Hug navel center to spine, slowly walking the hands back up. We'll extend our legs out in front of us now. If you're in a chair, now would be the time to come down onto the floor. I'm going to slide off of my cushion. It's a little too high for this pose. You might want to have a little bit of a blanket, a little bit of a thin pillow beneath you. Extend the legs out and rock from side to side and move the muscles of the glutes out of the way. We're coming into a seated fish pose. We'll bring the hands back behind us, fingertips facing forward. Roll the front of the shoulders back. So we're really engaging the upper back here. Point through the ball mounds of the toes, but pull the toes back and spread them. Chin stays tucked in towards the throat. Lift the chest up towards the sky. Gaze down the tip of the nose. The legs are engaged here, so whole body participating in this pose. Leave enough space in the shape, though, for the breath. Oftentimes we get ourselves into these shapes, both on the mat and in life, and we end up holding the breath. And without the breath flowing, the prana is not able to flow. Prana will go into a little deeper with next week's session. Take a big breath in, let the front of the rib cage expand. And as we exhale, let the whole body soften. We're going to scoop underneath the right leg and cross the foot over. I'm going to turn myself to the side so you can see a little bit. And now we're going to take the arms and roll them around to your left and roll onto the side of the hip. So we're coming onto the side hips as a nice deep stretch for the outer hip, thigh, all the way up the torso, even into the armpit. So this shoulder might come up a little bit. That's totally fine. You might use this right hand and press that leg away, rolling the front of the belly forward, right? Instead of folding back, roll the front belly forward. Gaze down the tip of the nose. Take a deep breath in. Let that inhale give an exhale to the side body, and then exhale. Draw navel center to spine. One more big breath in. And with this exhale, drawing the navel back, we'll roll onto both sit bones once again, taking our twist now. Inhale, take that right arm behind you, lift the left arm up, and then wrap the crease of the elbow around the shin bone. Lift up nice and tall through the spine, and as we exhale, start to rotate the rib cage around. Flex the foot, that left foot, reaching through the heels, spreading through the toes. Let that left shoulder roll down the back as we pick the rib cage up, not the shoulder blades. Inhale, fill the body up. Exhale, pulse a little deeper into the twist. Inhale, fill the body up. You might unwind your twist 1 to 3 degrees, and then exhale, twist a little deeper, pulse into it. One more inhale, loosen the twist, get some space. Exhale, twist even deeper. The next inhale, lift through the spine, let the head unwind, and let the rest of the spine unwind. We'll extend that right leg out and scoop the left leg up. Crossing the foot over, we'll start with that deep side body stretch. Once the foot is placed, roll the arms and the torso around to the right and start to roll all the way onto the side of this right leg and right hip. Again, this right shoulder might pull up in the socket. That's totally fine here, as long as there's no discomfort here. You might take that left hand and help to open up the leg. We need to really fold back in this posture. So can we press the front of our pelvis forward? Gaze down towards the floor. Take a deep breath in. Let that inhale stretch the side body. Exhale, empty. Hug the ribcage in, hug navel center in. One more big inhale. We'll let this exhale roll us back to center on both sit bones, preparing for our twist. Nice and active in this right foot. Wind that left arm behind the body. Big inhale, lifting up. Right side. As we exhale, crease of the elbow hooks onto the shin. Inhale, lift up through the whole torso. Exhale, start to. And bring the rotation into the head as much as it feels good for you. Let that right shoulder roll back and down. As we inhale, pick the rib cage up, not the shoulder blades, but the rib cage. As we exhale, pulse a little deeper into the twist. Inhale, unwind from your twist about 1 to 3 degrees, get space. Exhale, pulse deeper into the twist. One more full round here. Inhale, lifting out for space. Exhale, twist as deep as you can. With that next inhale, grow tall, unwind the head, and let the rest of the torso follow. And we're going to extend the leg out. So we're going to do a little rocking and rolling right now. So just be mindful about your spine. I don't know what's going on in your spine. So if there are some injuries, things like that, this might not work well for you. Instead, you can simply roll onto your back and hug your knees into the chest. Holding onto the shins, we'll rock back onto the tops of the shoulders. So you never want to rock onto the neck and the head, just the tops of the shoulders. And do this a few times. Nice little massage. Spine. Good. And now start to match the breath up with it. As you lift yourself up, use that inhale to really lift the front of the body. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, lift front body. I'll do this a few more times. We're going to see if we can take this rock right up into a Malasana, to a squat pose. Might take a few times, right? So you might just open up the knees and start to rock onto the feet. Let the arms come through the center of the legs. And we'll make our way into a Malasana. Adjusting yourself how you need. You might take a blanket and place it underneath the heels. I find that as we're starting to work with this pose, a wider stance with the feet might be helpful for you. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Let the knees open up. Lift the heart center. Gaze down the tip of the nose. We're going to interlace those fingers. Inhale. Reach the arms forward and press through the heels. So let the heels lift you all the way up. Squeeze thigh muscles once you come up. As we exhale, come back down into a squat. Now, do not have to come down all the way. Come down as far as you can still feel your heels connected to the earth. Reverse the interlacing of the fingers. Inhale, rise all the way up, rooting through heels. Exhale, back down into our squat. Only go down as far as you can feel your heels. One more. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch through the whole body. Step the feet in. Inhale, reach up onto tippy toes. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. One big inhale, lifting as long as you can. Exhale, release the heels, arms down by the sides. Take a deep breath in, fill yourself up. Open the mouth and let it go. Sweep the arms up and over. We're going to take a hold of the right wrist. So not the hand bones, but grab a hold on the arm bones. This way we get a nice wrist traction. Lift the arm up. And as we exhale, bend over into a side body stretch. We can bring the gaze down towards the floor. And then we're going to add a balance. Start to shift into the left leg. Keep the right foot active and extend that right foot off to the side. The toes might dance with the earth. Keep breathing. Wherever we are, make sure that there's enough room in our posture for the breath. Big inhale, fill yourself up. Exhale, empty completely. One more big inhale, strong through both legs. And with this exhale, allow the right foot to come back down to the earth. Inhale, reaching up to center, release the hands. Exhale, cactus the arms, pull elbows into side body, lift the navel. Inhale, reaching up. We'll take a hold of the left wrist now, not the hand bones, but grab on the arm bone. Lift up, exhale over, side body stretch. Bring the gaze down towards the floor as the chin is tucking into that right collarbone. Actively engage through both legs, and we're gonna start to shift into the right leg to let the left leg float out to the side. Keep the foot flexed as much as you can. Maybe the toes are dancing with the earth. Engage the whole body, but leave enough space for the breath. So we don't want to become rigid in our posture. Can we find steadiness with the breath? Because the posture might not feel so steady. The mind might not feel so steady. So can we steady our breath? One more big inhale. Exhale that left foot back down to the side. Inhale, reaching up tall. Exhale, cactus the arms once again. Lift the heart, lift the navel center. Big inhale here. Exhale, release the arms down by the sides. Gaze down the tip of the nose. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. We'll take a few rounds of sun breath. Inhaling. Exhale, join hands together at heart center. Inhale, reach those arms forward and up. Exhale, we're going to cactus the arms. Draw the elbows down by the sides. Stay here for the inhale. Lift the rib cage. As we exhale, release the elbows, forward folding. Release the head, but not the shoulders. Engage the upper back so the neck stays long. With that next inhale, bring the hands to the shins and lift the torso halfway, Ardha. Bend the knees as much as we need to find length in the tailbone. Lift the sit bones, shoulder blades hug towards the hips. One more inhale here. With our exhale, fold. Wrap the hands to the calf muscles and squeeze the belly to the thighs. Little bend in the knees so we can feel our heels connecting to the earth. Inhale, come all the way up, lifting tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Starting to move breath by breath. Inhale, reach those arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, fill the rib cage. Exhale, forward fold, releasing the head. Inhale, Ardha, long through the spine. Exhale, folding. Let the head go. Inhale, root through the heels to come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round. Inhale, reaching forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, lift the rib cage out of the low back. Exhale, forward folding. Release the head. Inhale, lengthening the spine, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold again, belly to thighs. Rooting through the heels. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Gaze down the nose. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. And you might want your strap. And I'm actually just going to adjust my chair just so you can see what this next one, right? So reverse namaste, that's a lot. That's a big one. You might start with something a little more gentle for yourself. Sit back into the heels. Lift and spread the toes. Gaze down the nose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sit a little deeper. With that next inhale, press through the heels, lengthen the legs. We're going to step our right foot back a short distance. Keep some space between the feet. because we want to keep that right hip rolling forward. Inhale here. Exhale, start to fold halfway. So just go halfway. So this is where the chair might come in handy, because we can get a really good deep stretch through the arms, the armpits, and the chest. And we have the support for our balance. If we're working without the chair, you might keep the arms interlaced. You might hold opposite elbows. You might move into reverse namaste now. With the arms behind the body, lift the front of the shoulders. Take an inhale, let the spine lengthen, and as we exhale, release into our fold. Keep hugging that left hip back and anchor down through that right heel. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, soften into the posture. And if the arms are on the chair, then keep lifting the chest up so we don't dip and collapse through the rib cage. And if the arms are behind the body, keep lifting the front of the shoulders away from the earth. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale, lift the torso halfway. Maybe a little bend in the knees. Press down and through both feet. Inhale all the way up. We're going to release the arms, whatever we have. Step the right foot forward back into Tadasana. Inhale, lift up through the arms, and then lift up onto tippy toes. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. One more big inhale here. Now we're going to stay on our tippy toes and slowly come down into chair pose, so a balanced chair pose. Now, if that chair is still in front of you, you can always use that for some support. Shift the gaze towards the floor. Another breath in. And as we exhale, release the heels down, release the arms, bring them behind the body. If you had interlacing fingers, reverse the lacing. If you held elbows, reverse. Inhale, lift up tall through the chest. Exhale, sit a little deeper into chair pose. With the next inhale, root through the heels, straighten the legs, and we'll step our left foot back. This is not a big stance, not a big wide stance. We want to have enough space between so that left hip can keep rolling forward. Big inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, start to fold. Just going halfway. So we might take a hold of that chair, that piece of furniture, or the wall, as we fold. Now this is just be careful that we don't collapse in the chest. We want to lift the chest to meet the back of the ribs. And if we're not using the chair or a piece of furniture, adjust your hands. Maybe you move towards another hand position. Take a big inhale, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, release into the fold. Let the head go. Hug that right hip back. Real strong and active, and anchor down through that left heel at the same time. Inhale to find some length in the body. Exhale, softening in the pose. If the arms are behind the body, lift the front of the shoulders away from the earth. If the arms are on a chair or the wall, lift the front of the rib cage to meet the back of the rib cage. One more full breath here. We're going to inhale, come halfway up. Find your legs again. Maybe a little bend in the knees will be helpful. Feel both heels. Inhale, lift the torso up. We'll release our arms, step the left foot forward. Inhale, reach arms, tippy toes once again, and allow the shoulder blades to soften down the back. Inhale, engage all the muscles of the legs. Lift tall, reach up to the sky. Spread the fingers. And when our next exhale, release the heels, release the arms down by the sides. Take a deep breath in, open the mouth, and let it go. Ourselves up to the right now. So we take a nice wide stance on our mat. Draw the toes so that they're pointing forward and really reach the outer edges of the inner arches of the feet lift, inner thighs lift as well. We'll start with our hands on our waist. Draw the elbows back towards each other. So we're already stretching across the front of the heart center, strengthening the back of the heart center. Big inhale here. We exhale, we're going to shift the hips back. So send the hips back as we come down halfway, just halfway. And then we're going to let our hands slide down the outside of the legs as we release the whole torso. So you may be able to take yogi toe grip, which is our two-piece fingers slip between the big toe and the second toe. And then we step on that with the big toe and the thumbs on the toenail. Your hands might be somewhere along the side of the legs. Whatever you have it. Feel that connection with the hand and your leg. And then inhale, lift your torso halfway. Now, a little bend in the knees can be helpful even in this pose to lift that tailbone behind us. As we exhale, we're going to fold, but stretch the elbows out to the side. So if the hands are on the sides of the legs, you can really help exaggerate this sensation and really wake this sensation up in your body by, with the palms flat, gently press the palms into the outside of the legs. So you're pushing the palms in as you stretch the elbows out to the side. And you might feel your armpits start to activate, the front of your shoulders start to activate. And as we inhale, let the spine lift for some space. And as we exhale, soften into that space. 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale, fill yourself up. Exhale, empty out completely. 2 more deep breaths here. Even allowing this expansion to cross through the collarbones. Last full breath here. With this final exhale, engage navel center to spine, folding as deep as you can. We'll release the hands down to the floor, just under the shoulders. And with an inhale, lift the torso halfway. We're going to turn the right toes to the right and walk ourselves around for a twist. Coming into a low lunge, we'll let the knee, that right knee come down to the floor, that left knee come down to the floor. Pad underneath that knee if you've got a hard surface beneath you. Let that left knee be right underneath the hip, that right heel right underneath the knee. Inhale, lift up through both arms, stretch through the sides of the torso. And as we exhale, we're going to start to twist. Now you might be twisting up here with this right hand on the low back, left hand on the outside of the knee. You might be able to elbow. And we might even start to move towards a bind, where this left arm wraps to the right hip. Wherever you are in your twist, take a big inhale, let the front of the torso lift up. Exhale, access the twist in the spine. Inhale, lifting through the torso. Exhale, softening into our twist. Now, release that left ear down to the left shoulder. Challenges our balance quite a bit more, but let the neck release. Inhale, find space in the front torso, and exhale, soften some tension. 1 more big inhale. And as we exhale, gaze towards the floor and start to unravel your twist. From here, ground the hands down, tuck the left toes, and reach and lift through the back knee. Low lunge, big inhale, lengthen the front of the torso. As we exhale, straighten the front leg, lift really high on the back tippy toes, and curl the spine in, just like cat. As we inhale, back into low lunge, stand firm in that right heel. Exhale, lengthen the legs, curl the spine for cat. Inhale, back to low lunge. Last one, exhale, lengthen the legs, curl the spine. Inhale, back to low lunge. Lift the front of the heart center. And we'll start to rotate the left foot down as we straighten the right knee. Walk yourself through center and then all the way around to the left. Let that right knee come down. Press into the left heel and lift the torso up. Inhale, sweeping up through the arms. Exhale, we're going to start to twist. Maybe that left hand is at the low back, right hand is across. Maybe we're starting to hook the elbow. Maybe we're starting to move towards the bind. So can we maybe work on flattening the forearm against the thigh, hands to the outside of the hip, and that left hand can wrap around too. Let the inhale lift the front of the chest. Let the exhale access the twisting in the spine, in the vertebrae. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, twisting. And then ever so gently, start to release that right ear down to the right shoulder, offering a neck release. For space, exhale, twisting. One more inhale. With the exhale, rotate the head down to the earth first and let the rest of the body follow. Tuck those right toes and lift the leg for low lunge. Lengthen through the front body. As we exhale, straighten the front leg. Lift high on that back tippy toe. Curl the spine in like cat. Inhale, back to low lunge. Lengthen the front body. Lengthen the back leg. Exhale. Lengthen the legs up. Curling spine in. Inhale, return to low lunge. Last time. Exhale, lift those hips, curl the spine. Inhale, back to low lunge. Lifting up through the heart, and then stepping to the front of the mat. Releasing down into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha. Exhale, forward folding. Hug belly to thighs. Roll the shoulders towards the hips. Take a deep breath in and exhale, 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 exhale. When you think you're empty, exhale more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We'll plant the hands down and step back into a tabletop position. Lining the knees under the hips, base of the wrists under the shoulders, spread the fingers and engage fingertips with the earth. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the tail, lift the heart forward, shoulders hug back to the hips. Exhale, flatten the feet, scoop the spine up for cat, push the floor away. Inhale, tuck toes, lengthen front body. Exhale, flatten the feet, lengthen back body. Good, one more full round. Inhaling, open for cow. Exhaling, open for cat. Bring the spine back to neutral. We're going to lower down onto our forearms. Lengthen the legs out behind us. We're coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders and forearms are parallel to each other. Again, spread the palms, let there be space between the fingers, but do engage the fingertips into the mat. Spread the toes behind you and then press the toenails into the earth. At the same time, give a little tuck in the pelvis, almost like you're trying to move the pelvis into a cat pose, into that tucked position. Thighs are engaged. Low belly is lifting to the spine. Elbows root. Gaze is down the tip of the nose. Allow the breath to soften here. This is a very strong pose. So if this is a lot on the low back, then I suggest taking a blanket in a long rectangle shape and place the blanket right underneath the front of your hip bones. That can really soften the curve as we open the low back, especially if you do a lot of sitting during your day. Allowing the neck to be soft. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Re-engage the toes. Re-engage the pelvis and low belly. And 1 more big inhale. And as we exhale, we'll slide 1 hand back at a time. Lower the forehead to the earth. Plant the hands right next to the chest, squeezing the elbows towards each other and lengthening them towards the feet. Take a big inhale in. And as we exhale, pull the belly to the spine, press through the arms, shifting back into an extended child's pose. Take a deep breath in here. Palms resting, elbows lifted. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Walk the hands back towards you, gently coming up to a seated position. So we're going to come into a toe stretch seated position now. This is a big pose for your feet, so feel free to adjust yourself however you need. You can come to sit back in a chair. You can adjust your seat in any way. So tucking the toes underneath us and coming to sit on the heel. We're going to take our right hand and reach across for your trapezius muscle, the upper portion of it. That's that muscle that mounds on the top of the shoulder. And with our hand, we're going to squeeze that. So the base of my palm is just on the other side of the bone. We're going to squeeze that and then gently turn the head to the right. Gentle squeeze in the hand of the trapezius muscle as we rotate the head over the right shoulder. Breathing here. Just let that left arm hang down. No effort there. 1 more deep breath. And then gently release the grip of the muscle. Allow the head to turn back to center. Right arm relaxes down. Left arm, we're going to reach across for the right trapezius muscle now. Base of my palm is on the other side of my collarbone. Gentle squeeze to that trapezius muscle. Now watch out that this left shoulder doesn't start to hike up. Let that soften. Just a little squeeze in the hand. Gently turn the head to the left. Gaze to the left. Right arm is just hanging down with gravity. Sit up tall through the spine and breathe. Gentle breathing. And 1 more full round of breath here. And at the end of that exhale, release the hand. Let the arm slide back down and bring the head back to center. We'll shift in our seat so the legs are extended out in front of us. 1 more seated fish. Palms to the earth, fingertips facing forward. Point through the ball mounds of the feet, but let the toes spread. Lift the front of the chest. Tuck the chin in, gaze down the tip of the nose, and keep lifting the rib cage. Engaging through the legs, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, soften the whole body. We're going to leave the arms in that position that they're in. Bring the feet to the floor now. Slowly start to lift the feet up, coming into boat pose. But we're going to keep this position in our arms to prevent that rounding, that cat-like shape happening in the spine. Keep lifting. Spread the toes. Lengthen the legs as much as what's comfortable for you. Keep rotating the arm bones back. Big inhale in, lifting. And as we exhale, place the feet down. Let the knees open out to the side. Reach around for the feet or the shins and let the torso round. The elbows can hang in by the center. You can bring the elbows in front of the legs. Let the whole spine round forward. Release through the legs, and if the joints need a little more space as they're opening up with this shape, Baddha Konasana, then tucking some of the props underneath the side can be really helpful. Let your breath soften. Soften across the tops of the shoulders, the upper back and the middle back. Soften the armpits and the side of the rib cage. Soften the belly and the low back. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Let there be enough space for the breath to flow. Pulling navel center towards the spine. Press into the hands and slowly roll yourself up. Bring the fingertips to the forehead and pick the head up. And we'll draw the knees together. Do you have some prop next to you? A block, a cushion, a pillow, or a blanket that's folded up with a little bit of height? And we're going to slowly come to roll down onto our backs. And once we're lying flat, walk the feet towards you. Lift the hips up and slide that block underneath the sacrum. That's the triangle bone between the muscles of the glutes, the buttocks. Tucking the shoulders underneath us one at a time. Draw the thighs in towards the belly. And then one by one, lengthen the legs up towards the sky. This little lift under the pelvis does a few things. It helps to open the low back, but it also helps to open up their upper rib cage. If there's more space in the low back, then the lungs have more space. I know it's not something we would typically think of right away, but the whole body works together. The whole body in and of itself is one synchronized unit made up of many different systems that all play their part, but need the breath to help them flow. Can the breath be that place of stability for you? Sometimes it's hard to practice stability in the body, stability in the mind. So turn to the breath. Practice stability of breathing here. Let your breath connect your mind into your body, into your experience of this present moment. And let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Allowing the last breath to be a cleansing one. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And after that cleansing breath is complete, bend the knees one at a time, drawing the thighs towards the belly. Now, before we place the feet on the floor, engage the navel center to the spine, gently placing the feet down. Once the feet are down, lift the hips up, slide that prop out from beneath you, tuck the pelvis and roll down. Extend the legs out. Draw the legs up. We're going to take a twist before we settle into our final Shavasana. So pick the hips up and scoot them a little bit to the right, and then take the knees and twist the legs over to the left. Extend the right arm out to a T, and take the the left arm into a cactus shape. So that right arm is extending out, left arm is in cactus shape. And then see, can we tuck the right shoulder blade underneath us a little bit? So can the left shoulder and this left elbow can help to make a little more space for that right side. Let the head remain on the floor, the back of the head remain on the floor, so not twisting in the neck. As you breathe in, feel that breath stretch you. And as you exhale, feel the emptying, the releasing. Inhale fills us up, and the exhale empties us. The flow of the breath, filling us up and emptying us. And in that process, drawing the mind into our body so that we experience an embodied state of living. Take a deep breath in, fill the lungs up. Hold the breath in for a moment. Open the mouth and empty. Hug navel center to spine. Lift that right leg first, then let the left leg follow. Feet will touch the earth so we can pick the hips up, scoop them to the left a bit. Now extend the left arm out to a T, and the right arm will come into a cactus shape. Knees will lift up, and as we exhale, twist the legs over to the right. And again, we might notice that left shoulder might be lifting up off the floor a little bit. So can we make a little room for that? Can we use that upper right arm and the shoulder to scoot over a little bit? Keeping the twist out of our neck, allowing the back of the head to simply rest. As we inhale, feel that breath filling us up, stretching us from the inside. And as we exhale, feel the breath and how it empties us. That rhythmic flow of the breath. Inhale fills us up. Exhale empties us. And in that process, our mind can sink down into our body. We can feel our life, be fully present in our life, and be relaxed. Take one more big breath in, fill yourself up, and then hold the breath in for a moment. Open the mouth, emptying. Hug navel center to spine. Start to lift the left leg up first. Allow the right leg to follow. Bring the feet down to the floor, arms by the side, center out, straighten out the pelvis, straighten out the spine, and then hug the knees into the body. Wrap the arms around the shins and lift the torso and head, squeezing yourself together into a teeny tight little ball. Tense every single muscle in your body, squeeze, 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 and then release. Let the body open up for Shavasana. Allow the arms to lengthen out away from the body, tucking shoulders underneath us, maybe palms roll face up. Allow the legs to separate, maybe supporting under the knees or supporting underneath the head. Whatever adjustments you make to settle into a comfortable Shavasana, let them be a part of the practice as well. Stay with the breath as you move props or clothing. Be in the present moment of even those things. And then let go. Corpse pose. This is the time to truly let go. Let go of what you just practiced. Let go of what you may have learned in this class. Let go. Let go of needing to place your body in any specific way. Let go of needing to direct your breath. Let go of the mind. Let go. Sink into stillness and let go. Coming back into your body. Feel your physical body lying on the floor. Become aware of our collective intention for practice today. Allowing the breath to be the bridge, giving the breath enough space to be the bridge. between body and mind, so that we may live an embodied life, one that is relaxed and present. Let's begin to deepen your breath. Let your breath stretch out into your fingers and toes. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Gently begin to move the body. Stretch the body. Eventually curling up into the fetal position, coming to rest on either side, using your bottom arm or a prop as a pillow. Rest on your side in the fetal position. Take a cleansing breath there. Acknowledge that in this short practice, you are waking up to a more refined version of yourself. Whichever hand is the top one, press it into the earth. Slowly peel the body up, allowing the head to be the very last thing that lifts. Take your seat once again, whether on a cushion or on a chair. Lift the spine tall, and maybe bring a palm to the chest, a palm to the belly. We're going to come into full yogic breathing with pause. So exhale all the breath out, empty your lungs, and pull the navel center into the spine as you exhale. And then as you inhale, let the belly be the first thing to fill. Then the rib cage, and all the way up into the collarbones. Pause. Exhale, empty the collarbones, the rib cage, the belly, navel hugs in. Pause. Inhale, fill belly, rib cage, collarbones. Pause. Exhale, empty collarbones, rib cage, belly. Pause. Inhale, filling up. Pause. Exhale, emptying. Pause. Please continue with this breath. Full yogic breathing. Inhale, filling up from the bottom to the top. Pause. Exhale, emptying from the top to the bottom. Pause. Please continue. Completing the round you're on, and then taking one more. Finishing with a cleansing breath. Inhale fully. Open the mouth to empty. Shamatha meditation. Peaceful abiding. Rest in your body. Allow the gaze to be down the tip of the nose, anywhere from 6 inches to 2 feet in front of you. Allow the eyelids to be heavy. Use your breath as the anchor to the present moment. To practice meditation means to bring your attention, your mind, back to one thing again and again and again for some period of time. Let the breath be that thing. That thing to sink your mind into your body. And thinking is very, very much a part of a meditation practice. So when you notice the thoughts coming in, it doesn't matter what they are. They can all have varying feelings and they all have different levels of stickiness. But one thing holds true is the breath. The mind may not be steady, but your attention to the breath can be steady. Come back to the breath. Come back to the breath. Allow the breath to anchor you in the present moment. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. And draw the chin down towards the chest. Bring palms together again in Anjali Mudra, this hand position of guiding us back into our own center, the place where we can always find the steadiness of the breath. Take a moment to send yourself love and gratitude. Thank yourself for carving out this time and space today to practice. Send love and gratitude out into the world to everyone who is practicing mind-body synchronization right now in this moment. And send love and gratitude out to the yogis and sages of South Asia. Thank you for carrying these practices and sharing them so that I might find my way home. And for you, take everything from this class that serves you. Leave behind anything that does not. And may the work we started today continue on for your highest good and healing. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up to your practice today and allowing me to be a part of it. If you have any questions about what we're doing in these classes or anything that you hear, please feel free to contact me. This channel is part of a greater yoga community, part of a greater community of human beings looking to become more conscious and more present in life. So reach out to me, IreneDoherty.com. Any donations towards this channel is greatly appreciated. Not only does it help me support my life, but the more you donate, the more I am able to donate. So you can do that through Venmo, and you can do that through IreneDoherty.com. All the information you would need will be there. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.